Are you looking to scale your revenue share organization at a cloud-based brokerage like eXp Realty, Real Broker, or grow your agent count at your independent franchise boutique or traditional brokerage? And maybe you're skeptical about whether our company can actually help. Maybe you just came across that and it feels like almost too good to be true in some way, shape, or form, wondering why you haven't heard about us earlier. Or maybe, you've already spoken with a team member and you're now trying to make a responsible, educated decision for your business, and one where the probability of getting an ROI is extremely high. So you're not looking to make an emotional decision. You want a logical one. You want to know that when you invest your hard-earned dollars, there's a clear path to a direct and immeasurable ROI. So in this video, I'm going to give you an unbiased answer. I'm not going to tell you why we're the best. Instead, I'll walk you through the risks, the downsides, and the potential cons of working with us so you can make the right decision for yourself. And before I jump into that, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Jazz. I'm one of the founders here at agentattraction.io. And 6 years ago, before starting this company, my co-founder and I, we were both full-time university students. I attended Simon Fraser University to study biology, while he was at the University of British Columbia with the goal of becoming an ER doctor. Now, of course, we both ended up taking completely different paths. Since launching this company, originally starting by helping real estate agents generate leads online, and we've worked with over 2,900 customers. And across these clients, we've processed over 11,200 transactions successfully. In just the past 1 year alone, we've only had 2 disputes. That's a total dispute rate of about 0.2%. To put that in perspective, the industry average is anywhere from 1 to 3%. So we're far below that benchmark. We're only sitting at 0.2%. And that year prior, our dispute rate sat at about 1.37%. Since then, we've reduced it by 86.7%. And along the ways, we've collected 4 Two-Comma Club awards, each one presenting $1 million collected through an online funnel. We've been featured in British Columbia's 30 Under 30, and we were also nominated for the Forbes. Now, one of the biggest names that we've worked with is actually a president of a top 30 real estate brokerage worldwide in terms of agent count, a publicly traded brokerage. While I can't disclose their name because of an NDA, I can tell you firsthand how the biggest players in the industry do operate. Now, we've also built an endless list of case studies with one of our top clients making $300,000 a month working from home. Income actually has nothing to do with selling more houses. I have plenty of other videos that break down these case studies in detail, but let's get back to the real reason that you're actually here, which is understanding the risks, the downsides, the cons of working with the Agent Attraction IO system. You see, there is risk attached to everything. Even when you buy a house, you don't know if the market will go up or it's going to come down, if the roof will leak, or if the neighborhood will completely change in 5 years. But people still buy homes because of the upside, the equity, the appreciation, and the ownership, which could possibly outweigh the unknowns. Even back, when I was attending university, I was paying thousands of dollars a year in tuition with no guarantee of a high-paying job at the end, and millions of other people do the exact same thing every single year. And some even end up like myself, taking a completely different path in life. There's no certainty, but there's belief in the long-term payoff, and this applies everywhere in both small and big ways. Even when you get on a plane, you're taking on risk. You have no control over the pilot, the mechanics, or the weather, yet you still fly because the benefits of getting to your destination outweighs a slim chance of something possibly going wrong. And the point that I'm trying to make to you is this: risk is everywhere, every single day. The difference between people who stay stuck and people who succeed comes down to how they view it. Successful people see risk as a down payment on the result that they actually want. So the question isn't whether you're gonna risk something, it's whether the risk pays you back or keeps you stuck forever. Because even doing nothing is risky. Think about it. If you just let your money sit in the bank, inflation is gonna eat your money away. Even if you stay in the same spot for the next 5 years, other people will pass you by. Opportunities will slip right through your fingers. So change can feel scary, sure, but what about the risk of staying in the exact same position 5-10 years down the road? In my opinion, that is much more scarier. I see risk as an investment. You don't get wealthy by avoiding risk. You get wealthy by placing smarter bets, the kind with high upside and limited downside. Every successful person that you've ever looked up to had a breakthrough moment when they leaned into risk instead of playing it safe. And that brings me to the core question: what are the actual risks, the downsides, and the cons of working with Agent Attraction.io? You see, first and foremost, the obvious risk is not recruiting the number of agents that you had initially hoped for. Now, what we do guarantee, it's simple. We guarantee Zoom or Google Meet appointments on your calendar. Now, how can we make that guarantee? Because we've spent over $3 million on ads targeting real estate agents. On just one of our ad accounts alone, we've spent over $1.2 million. And honestly, that is likely how you even found us, and now you're on this video. You probably saw one of our ads on Google, Facebook, or Instagram, clicked it, and that is how you ended up on this video. We know how to get in front of real estate agents. Now, this part may sound a little bit techy, but I do want to get the point across, so it is quite important. We have a Facebook pixel that's only been fed data from real estate agents, team leaders, and brokers in North America. So think about it like this. Think of Netflix. When you log into Netflix, it already knows what shows you like, which is why I recommend something that you've never heard of, but you end up binge watching it. And that is not luck. That is because Netflix has been trained on millions of people's preferences. Our Facebook pixel works the exact same way. It's been trained on the behavior of real estate agents, brokers, and team leaders. So unlike starting from scratch when you work with us, you're plugging into an already optimized pixel. That is why we're able to hyper target this audience with almost zero wasted ad spend. So what is guaranteed? Appointments on your calendar. But here's the truth. Your ability to close them is sort of out of our hands. But we do give you everything that you need. We give you the scripts, templates, slide decks, presentations, call recordings, and even assets that we've built over the past 6 years. But if you don't even show up to the calls, but if you just can't close agents for whatever reason, then yes, your ROI may not be what you desire. Now, if you feel like your offer isn't even the most compelling, don't worry. We've developed strategies specifically to combat a saturated competitive market. That leads us to the second risk, which is your time to ROI. Now, we don't just help you recruit real estate agents, we also help you get paid to recruit. So for those of you that are building a revenue share organization, we recommend doing exactly what the top 1% of agent attractors are already doing, leading with a digital product like a course or a coaching program. When you do this, you could charge money upfront, which accelerates your ROI dramatically. We've had clients charge anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 for their program. And the ones who do always see a much faster return compared to the ones who give it away for free. Now, depending on your brokerage's compliance rules, some agents cannot even charge for a digital product. In that case, you may have to wait until the agent caps and you collect your first full year of revenue share. So for example, at eXp Realty, you would be waiting for a year to see that $2,800 from one capping agent. Compare that to clients like Alex, who made $4,000 up front before bringing someone into eXp, or Nick, who charged $8,000, Lauren charged $1,000, Katrina charged $6,000, Cameron charged $3,500, Julie charged $5,500. These aren't hypotheticals. These are real clients of ours who saw ROI almost instantly because they charged for their digital product. Now, if you're wanting an independent, franchise, flat fee, traditional, or local boutique brokerage, the strategy is slightly different. A digital product can absolutely work, but in most cases, our team recommends an onboarding, setup, or platform fee if you're one of the traditional brokers. This typically ranges anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000, and it offsets the cost of your ads right away. Now, for the franchise brokers watching this video, this may not apply because of the stricter rules or regulations that you're likely under. Now, if you're one of the few who just refuses to charge a fee, just know that your time to ROI will naturally be a little bit longer. Why? Because you're gonna have to then wait for that new agent to produce based on your comp plan, or you will be limited to whatever small monthly fee that your model allows. This is why we work with you to package and position your offering in a way where you can justify charging a much higher upfront fee. Now, that way you're not bleeding money on ads while waiting for agents to produce, and you're profitable from day one. Now let's talk about the third risk, and this one applies specifically to those of you looking to recruit to a local team or to a brokerage. See, one of the biggest advantages of building a downline inside of a cloud-based brokerage is that you can recruit nationwide. If you're at AXP, you're at Rio, LPT, Realty of America, Fathom, or really any of these virtual cloud-based models, the entire US is your recruiting pool. Market size, it's never going to be a problem. But if you're recruiting locally, one of the predetermining factors is simply the size of the market. If you're in a very small market, chances are we wouldn't even be targeting you with our advertising in the first place. And if you do book a call with us, and by the way, there's a link somewhere around this video, likely right below this video, we'll tell you straight up on the call that your market is just too small and we cannot help you. Because here's the reality. If you're in an area where there's like 500 to 1,000 agents in total that you could possibly recruit, then yes, you are somewhat capped in some way, shape, or form. Now, there's only so much growth potential in that market. Now, this isn't an issue if you're at a brokerage like EXP or Real where you can recruit nationwide. It's not even an issue if you're in a decently sized market or you have multiple locations. But if you're tied to a very small region, that naturally becomes a limitation. Now let's move to the fourth risk, and that is tied to the quality of the agents that you're going to be recruiting. Now, we all want to recruit producing, seasoned real estate agents. Nobody wants to waste time on part-timers who turn up. But let's put this into perspective. According to the industry data, around 70% of active agents last year didn't even close a deal, and roughly 87% of agents will quit the business within 5 years. That is a harsh reality of real estate, where churn is high, success rates are extremely low. This is why we've engineered our system to focus on attracting producing agents. It is why our Facebook pixel, which has been optimized with millions of data points from agents, team leaders, and brokers, is trained to target high quality prospects. It is also why we don't touch platforms like Indeed. Why? Because those channels mostly bring in low quality, license only agents who won't stick around anyways. Now, instead, we carefully engineer the offer that we promote, the funnels we build, the messaging we use, and even strategies like getting paid to recruit, and all to filter for seasoned producing real estate agents. Now, part of the game is you will inevitably recruit agents who don't stick around. I mean, some will leave after a year. I mean, that is just a reality. But our system is designed to maximize your chances of, bringing in, right agents, the one who close deals, the one who stays, and the ones who actually build your income stream. Fifth is retention. We can absolutely help you recruit, but not just anyone, but higher quality producing agents. But what we cannot guarantee is retention. If your house isn't in order, churn will happen. Some brokers and team leaders don't have the system to create loyalty, and others lose, people to competing brokerages just dangling, wild incentives. That is why part of what we teach is not just attraction, but how to structure your offer, your culture, your backend, so agents, they do want to stay, but ultimately keeping them is on to you. Now, sixth is results are an instant. If you're expecting a money back ROI in just 30 days, you'll likely be disappointed. That's not how, this works. On average, clients start seeing a return within 60 to 90 days. Yes, we've had outliers, who've recouped their investment within a week or two, but those are typically exceptions, not the rule. Recruiting is a compounding process. The setup takes a little bit of time, and then the system begins producing consistently. Seventh is your time involvement. There is some time commitment required from your end. We'll need you or a team member or a recruiter to engage with us during onboarding, usually a 30 to a 60-minute call. We'll also need a few answers to build your funnel to run your ads properly. But once it is set up, this becomes an asset that recruits for you 24/7 forever. And the best part, you don't need to keep paying us forever to keep benefiting. It is a one-time setup that continues paying you dividends. Look, I'll be lying if I said to you that there were zero downsides, but here's the truth. We do everything in our power to deliver the most optimum results. Yes, we're a business. We want to grow, we want to scale revenue, we want to gain market share. But the deeper reason we exist is sort of the unselfish reason. We're here to free real estate agents, team leaders, and brokers from the commission roller coaster. Too many live deal to deal with no stability, constant stress, and no real legacy. We believe you should be able to retire with a scalable business, pass it on to your kids, and enjoy leverage, peace of mind. That is the real mission, behind everything that we do. Now, if you want to learn more about how we can help you build a 6-figure per month revenue share organization, or simply build a brokerage you can one day exit because of the additional free cash flow that it produces from the agents you recruit, you'll find a link somewhere below this video to apply. This is a complete done for you service. You're looking to get your time back, so we don't want to waste more of it. Let us build everything in the background while you keep doing what you do best. Apply using the link somewhere below, and when we connect, we'll walk you through real examples of clients we're currently working with. We'll also give you a set of actionable steps that you can take immediately. And even if you decide not to work with us, we believe in passing on goodwill because it always ends up coming back. And apart from that, we'll see you in the next video.